Good evening, hello and welcome to the final show today here on Crafters TV, and it is, of course, have you seen that lovely little rocket there, is the launch party. So this is all about all of the fabulous new launches that we've had in the last week or so that we're bringing to you tonight, and I'm really looking forward to this one because we've had a stellar day already. We may even mention one or two things that we had on earlier on, and we do have that launch as well of the new funky foam coming up for you, as well as lots of other goodies that we'll get stuck into a second. First things first, we'll give a little shout out to all the CTV crew, because that's the way we roll here. We've got our fabulous Dean in my here, hello he says, our lovely Charlotte who's in charge of all those shots who says hi, our lovely Jake who I have actually seen now, bless him. So our Jake's in the background as well, but we're here all on our own. We've got Radical Rachel still with us on the comments, who's taking care of everything that you're mentioning and talking about on YouTube and Facebook. And any questions you want to ask, feel free. This is interactive. We'll get involved with some more photos maybe later on as well. But that's not all. This is not just me here on my own. I have yes, Dean, I do have a partner in crime. He has been in my partner in crime all the way through the day. Dearie me. You can see where this show's going, can't you? Third one. Yes, my partner in crime throughout the day and throughout this show is, of course, the fabulous Hottie Scotty himself, our gorgeous Mr. Craig Laird. Good evening, Craig.
Good evening. Well, let me just tell you this. If I was to commit a crime and I needed to choose a partner, you would definitely be the one that I would be choosing, that's for sure. We'd have a laugh while we're committing that crime. Not that we condone any, you know,
a crafty crime
committing. Yeah, oh my gosh, what a day. What an absolute day. Do you know what? We've got a plan for launch party. My plan is to lay the whole lot out in front of me, and we're just going to demo throughout the next couple of hours. We're going to have a look at that funky foam, which I am an absolute convert now when it comes to the funky foam. We're going to have a play with the nesting dies. We're going to have a look at the cute character boxes again. That's simply because I'm going to use the funky foam with them. We're going to do a little bit of Halloween. We're going to have fun on this launch party because Halloween's coming.
I got sidetracked then because I heard Charlotte. She's going, Halloween is coming. It is indeed. It's going to be a really great show, but we would love you to be involved. This is, after all, crafting community where you guys are involved just as much as we are. So please do get any questions, any comments thrown over onto your YouTube chat or your Facebook chat, whichever one you prefer. Have you got us on the big telly? What are you doing this evening? Are you crafting? Get interactive with us. I know you chat amongst yourselves, but please do chat with us as well, because it's always lovely when we hear from you. Now, we're going to, before we get started in some of the most amazing things that we've had over the last couple of weeks, we are going to talk about £10 Tuesday, because we forgot to mention it in the earlier show, so we're going to cover bases today. £10 Tuesday, where you simply head over to the website, and I'm pretty sure Charlotte's going to help me here and show you. You can see there the £10 Tuesday tab. You're going to click into that, and then you're going to find all of those fabulous deals that you can pick up tonight for £10. Absolutely amazing. 55 products on there, £10 or $10. You've got sparkle pens in there, and some of my favourite sparkle pens, some amazing dies from recent collections, Centura Pearl in there, the Cosmic Dreamer from the Violet Studios is absolutely fabulous as well, paper pads galore, nesting dies in there, magazines galore. There is so much in there for you to have a little choose at, a little peruse at, where you can simply head over, click onto that and pop that in your basket for that £10 Tuesday deal that we tend to do here. So that offer though will end tonight at 11:59 p.m. so make sure you get whatever it is that you've seen. And we've had a couple of comments earlier on saying that they were just about to buy something yesterday, thought about it, and then luckily enough they found it in the £10 Tuesday, which made them absolutely get hold of it. So there might be something in there for you to have a little look at. Now, We'll do some hellos and things like that because I can see there's a few coming in, but we are going to get started because I know our lovely Craig has got something lined up with you. Now, I will just tell you that this is the fabulous Showstopper that we add over launch with the Christmas nesting dies. 2 nesting dies, but so much more. And there's going to be a bonus buy that we're bringing back tonight for the final time. So it may be the opportunity to get hold of the extra bonus buys that you can get hold of. Now, I was involved with this with our lovely Sarah. I kick-started it with a sneaky peek through the wake-up call, and our lovely Sarah launched them officially. But these are our fabulous brand new Christmas nesting dies, which I absolutely love. If you had the Halloween ones, you're going to absolutely love these. We'll talk prices in a moment. I'm going to show you the Showstopper deal, but you've got these fabulous nesting dies that can do so much other than just nest within each other because of the ability to chop and interchange those dies and create some really lovely frames, solid pieces, an innie and an outie, a gift tag, little embellishments in there, because this is that lovely snowflake one where you can see all of that detail, but because of these dies and the way they've been cleverly put together means you're going to get the maximum potential out of your dies with minimal effort. Absolutely fabulous. So that is the now then, do we call that the shimmering snowflakes if I remember rightly? And then the holly and the ivy, which again is another fabulous die set. It's pretty much similar to what you've just seen, where you've got those dies to be able to create multiple ways of using them. And then of course the little tag, but then in the tag one, there's that gorgeous Christmas tree. Now that's your 2 dies taken care of. Now the Showstopper deal also involves a paper pad for you to get and use, which is the Winter's Tale 12 by 12, where you are getting 36 double-sided sheets of this beautiful paper pad. So if I just bring this down, you'll be able to see some of those gorgeous, beautiful illustration again, the design, the layering, absolutely beautiful. And I love this one for the colour tones because I feel they're quite a muted Christmas, we'll call it, but really lovely patterns on there that'll be worthy of anybody chopping into using in scrapbook pages, mats and layers. And don't forget equally on the other side, that beautiful muted side. I love this scene. I think that one's absolutely gorgeous. But lots of colourways all the way through. That's 36 sheets of double-sided papers that you are getting, 12 designs, and I think is it 2 of each? I think it's some, I wanted to make that add up, does it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 3 of each. Debbie, get your maths right. Get your maths right. So that's 12 by 12 paper pad that's coming in your Showstopper deal. Also in there as well, though, we're popping in some ink pads for you. And we're bringing you the opaque pigment ink pads, which have been proving to be so popular of late. We've got Chinese red, we've got Lagoon, and we've also got Baby Blue that's coming in that Showstopper deal. And of course, if you've got ink pads, you need an ink applicator. You need something to get those inks going and flowing around your projects. So we've got the square, it's a rectangle, as our little Ben can challenge him in my ear every time he says that. You're going to get that ink applicator as well, or the ink dauber, or whatever it is that you call it. That is all coming to you today for the price of £50 or $70. We've held the launch day price. That's the flat price. Then you take off your discount. So for all of those items you've just seen, you can go as low as £40 or 55, or is that 56? Thank you, Dean. 56. I'm telling you, 2 weeks' time, I'll be a new woman because I'll have my new glasses. $56 where you can get hold of them. Now, that's your Showstopper. And with your Showstopper, we give you a little cheeky bonus buy. Now, normally we don't do this. Normally the bonus buy is just on the day. So what we've done, we brought it back for one final time. So tonight's the last opportunity where you can get the extra bonus buy. And there's 2 options for you with your bonus buy, where you can get these items for half price. Yes, you heard me right, for half price. Absolutely incredible. The deal on this is phenomenal. So I'll start with the ink pads. That's the price that you would pay for them. And you can they get them for that price, Producer Dean, if they're not going for the bundle? That'd be the separate price. Bet you're going to get is this at half price if you've gone for the Showstopper deal. That's what I can't get my head around, Craig, and I've still struggled to understand why we're doing it, how we can do it, but you can get these for half of the price that you're seeing on the screen. It automatically happens when you go to that checkout. If you've got that Showstopper deal in your basket tonight, you are going to be able to purchase these fabulous ink pads, our shimmer ink pads. I'll run through the colours for you very quickly. You've got amethyst, you've got starlit blue, you've got raspberry, frosty mint, tropic blue and sugar plum. So these are the 6 colours that you are going to be able to get tonight if you've got that Showstopper in your basket for half that price that you're seeing on the screen. I mean, that's crazy. These are $5.99 each. And we're giving you a great bundle on them if you just go for those. If you're not getting the Showstopper, great bundle, great buy. It really is. But tonight, to get them at half price, absolutely incredible. So that's one of your Showstopper deals. The other Showstopper deal, and let me tell you now, Mr. Postman, good God, is going to have muscles of steel. He really is. Because the other Showstopper, if you've got the Showstopper bundle in your basket right now and you think, don't really want the ink pads, well, I've got another alternative for you. And it's the cardstock. And the cardstock bundle is a whopper. So you can see the price on the screen, £52.95, $70.87. If you've got that Showstopper in your basket, you're not paying that. You're paying half that price that you see on the screen, whether you pay in dollars or whether you pay in pounds. Absolutely incredible. What was that, Dean? $26.47 for all of this. Are you mad? And what's the dollars? 35.43. I think we've lost leave of our senses, and we do not normally bring a bonus buy back when we've launched something. So this is a great opportunity for you to take care of. I'm going to quickly flick through what you're getting, because you're going to get 36 sheets of our precious metals, beautiful, gorgeous Centura pearl. It's that tall, my pile, I'm having to move it down. Absolutely the most beautiful precious metal colours in your A4, and you're getting 36 sheets of those. We're popping in there pale silver, which is our encapsulated glitter cardstock. Absolutely luxurious and works a wonder, and I think it'll work beautifully with this collection as well. You're getting 40 sheets of the double-sided, not single-sided, double-sided ivory Centura pearl, and that's 40 sheets of this one in the A4 size. You're also going to get 40 sheets of the mix pack. Now, I love this one because it's got encapsulated glitter cardstock, then the matching self-adhesive glitter cardstock, along with a mirror card and a matte mirror, and you're going to get those gorgeous colours in the fabulous precious metals. Absolutely brilliant. And again, you're getting 10 sheets of each, so that's 40 sheets. Also in this bundle, Craig, I can't believe it's still going on, craft card. You're going to get the craft card stock, which is absolutely fabulous. 50 sheets of the craft card in there. And then lastly, you're going to get your 40 sheets. I think, is it 40? Is it 40 this one, Dean, with the pastels? The Centura pearl, I'm making him look, I'm making him work. He thought he were resting on his laurels now in this last show, and I'm like, come on, Dean, how many sheets is it? But it's a lot. I know it does. Normally we have a little cheat sheet on the front so we know exactly, and I'm like, have I dropped it somewhere? Have I missed it? I'm hazarding a guess. It's probably along the lines, I'm going to say about 36. I'm going to say that. And that's the metallic. This is the pastels, Dean. Pastels, get looking down that list. But I will tell you this. I know, I'm testing your knowledge, Dean, I'm testing your knowledge. But look at all of that fantastic cardstock. Look at the wedge of the cardstock. It's absolutely incredible that you can get for half price tonight if you are going for the Showstopper deal with the metal dies, with the nesting dies, the ink pads. This is the Showstopper deal. This is one of the bonus buys. This is one of the bonus buys. You can get that at half price if you want the ink pads. You can get the cardstock at half price if you want to. But here's the thing. And this, Craig, still blows my mind. You can have both.
Crazy.
You can have both at half price. If you want both and you don't want to choose, and you're thinking, I can't choose, it's asking me to choose my favourite between the kids. We can't do it. So I'm not asking you to choose, because you can have them both. You can have them both if you want them both. This is the final time we are bringing this deal back. I'm sorry for banging on the desk there, but it's absolutely incredible where you can buy the Showstopper, get the ink pads as the bonus buy for half price and the cardstock, or you simply can choose. I mean, Craig, it blows my mind.
It does, mine too.
Absolutely blows my mind. Dean said, are you going to be able to handle all of that? I think I did that pretty well. Let me just tell you now, that is an incredible deal and one that we won't be repeating. It says here, bonus buy, brought back for the final time. So I'm just going to lay it out there for you. The final time that you can get that opportunity to get that extra. You might have been sat on the fence before. Don't sit on that fence anymore. Literally jump off, get them into your basket and go and check out if you want to, because you might want to hang around because we've got some amazing more things lined up for you this evening. Now I've got a couple of little hellos before we head over to our crate, because I can see that boy has been, I don't think he's took a break. I saw him shove a little bit of food down him, and I mean for the last like 10-15 minutes before we came back onto air. Non-stop working. You've no idea how hard that man works. He really does. So we've got...
You do too.
Oh, bless you, thank you. Suzanne Dawn, she said, okay, I'm a tad early. Better than being late. Good evening, crafty friends and CC crew. Well, it's lovely to have you, Suzanne. So thank you very much for joining us and allowing us into your home this evening or this afternoon, wherever you are, Suzanne. Handcrafted by Gaz. Good evening, Debbie, Craig, Rachel, all the awesome CTV crew and me crafty friends with a big smiley face. Lovely to have you, Gaz. Cat Butt is in the building. Craig's favourite, our cat butt is in the building. On YouTube, she says, hello, Debbie, Craig team and everyone from a sunny Montrose. That sounds lovely. I'd love a bit of sun right now.
They've still got the sun up there then.
You what, love?
They've still got the sun up there in Scotland. I didn't bring it back with me.
Oh, you should have brought it back with you, Craig. Can't leave it up there.
No.
It's normally the other way around.
No.
Hilary Bell says, hello, I'm sewing cut and stitch fairy lights for Christmas garlands. That's lovely, Hilary. Maybe you want to send a picture in later for us, and that would be studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Sorry, Dean, sorry, Charlotte, but absolutely, if you want to do that, more than welcome to send that in. There it is. As if by magic, it just appeared.
Magic.
I don't know how she does it. Jean says, hello everyone, with lots of purple hearts there. Thank you, Jean. Andrew Bennett says, evening all, hope you are all well. Oh, now then, Andrew's got a question, which is saying he's confused. So if I went for the Showstopper and got the ink pads, do I pay £23 for the ink pads or half of that? Can we go back to that Showstopper deal with the ink pads? Thank you. Just so we can get this clear for you, because literally this is a fabulous deal, Andrew, sorry, nearly said Gaz then, sorry Andrew. That's not the half price there. That's the price that you can have them for tonight. It's going to be half that price, Andrew. So if you've got the Showstopper, it's half the price. Is that correct, Dean? Yeah, £15 and, or is it less? It's actually £14 something, or is it £15 something? Thank you very much, £14.75. So Andrew, seriously, it's a fantastic opportunity, and like I said, we won't be repeating this, we're not bringing this back, we've just done it tonight for the launch party, and also as a little thank you as well, because the way the day's gone, it's like a little bit of an extra for you. So yes, it's half that price, so I hope that's answered that for you. And Andrew, the same applies to the cardstock, that you saw the price on the screen. If it's the cardstock, you just half that price. What you're seeing on the screen is the price, it is now, and so somebody could be just watching, just tuning in, and they can have the ink pads for £29.95. They won't get half price unless they've got the Showstopper in there. It'll automatically do it for you, and if there's any problems, reach out to our customer service team. Though, Andrew, I know you're here in the UK, it would be in the morning, but I promise you, once you get to that checkout process, it automatically does it for you. So I hope that's answered that question. Now then, expressions by Candy on YouTube. Question, how do you know which ones are self-adhesive in this pack? Very simple, Candy, simple. The first sheet is the one that you'll feel the difference. You'll be able to actually peel back the adhesive sheet, and it's a little bit more thinner and more pliable, and I'll get one out for you and show you in a second. However, I can see my gorgeous Craig over there, who's ready like a coiled spring, as we say up here, where he's ready to get showing you something along the lines using this fabulous new nesting dies and much more, because that lovely fella has literally I can't wait for you to see what he's got planned, because he really does think outside the box when it comes to the demonstrations, and I'm really looking forward to this one. So Candy, just hang fire. I will get one out for you and show you in a second, but I'm going to throw over to our Craig because I've done enough talking, and it's time for you to see the man work his magic.
Thank you, Debbie. Rightio, let's have a look at a few finished samples first with the Christmas nesting dies before we dive straight in. Because you've got that framework, you've got your 2 inner matte and layer dies that are going to enable you to create your apertures, or then you can then start to lift up with, of course, your decoupage if you want to. You can do your framework that you can see here. You can then see that you can do all your concepts. So these are going to be a good one to come along and then incorporate with your template libraries. So you can see, you can go in with your mirror cardstock there. You can then go along with the actual stamps in the middle that you've got there. You've got tags to go with them. But then what you can also do is you can do your domes if you want to. You don't even have to do your rectangle cards. You can still use them within your square cards. Come along with your additional matte and layer dies. What about colouring them and then cutting within that aperture centre that you can see here? The actual dots there and the berries, that's being coloured in with the gold pens, bringing in things such as your Violet Studio, your mirror cardstock, but then you can do things such as boxes and that as well. Such a gorgeous, gorgeous die collection. So, what we're going to do is we're going to change it up ever so slightly, and I thought, let's do something quite bold when it comes to our brand new funky foam. So I've gone for the green funky foam, and I've got the red as well. So what I would recommend is pop this onto your double-sided adhesive sheet. I've already got one done, that, so I don't need to do that again. But take your double-sided adhesive sheet and stick that on. If you don't have these, don't worry, you can still attach the back here with your tacky glue or your not your repositionable spray, your permanent adhesive spray, but I do like to use my double-sided adhesive sheets. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the holly and the ivy, and we're going to cut that. Now, usually when it comes to a material, we do tend to say that our intricate dies don't cut through the material. They're too intricate. Not when it comes to our funky foam. So what I'm going to do within this one here is this inner framework, I'm going to use both the dies, because if I use that die on its own, that's going to cut into my funky foam. I want that to be released out, so therefore I'm using that outer die to go with it. So we're going to then line that up, and then we're going to secure with our low tack tape. I'm going to pop a little bit there just to secure it too. And then what we're going to do is we're going to run this one through our Gemini. So I'm going to do them both. I'm using the G2. So I'm just going to go in with my junior plates, because you can see die cuts, you'll see it die cuts like a dream, but with the same plate configuration that you're used to. Frosted, magnetic, and then top plate. We're just then going to feed that one into the Gemini, and as always, even though it's funky foam, we're just going to run that one through. Now with this one, you know, you may be familiar with the inexpensive funky foam that you get for the kiddies and that. Let me tell you, this, so strong, so durable. The actual texture of it is divine. The usage is incredible, because you can die cut with it, you can emboss with it, that you'll see, you can stamp onto it, you can heat it with doing things such as your embossing powders. And what I would say is, if you are going to use something such as embossing powders, do make sure you use your heat gun in the same way that you would use it on your cardstock with any embossing powders. And what I mean by that is, as soon as the first area has melted with the embossing powder, move your heat gun. Because with this foam, it is a lot thicker than the flower forming foam. Flower forming foam that we do is, of course, is heat activated. As soon as you heat it, it starts to shrink and shape. This isn't. It's not a heat activated foam. It is a craft foam. And I say craft foam, that is just putting it mildly, because the amount of ways and uses that we'll show you within this show is incredible. So that is just one of the dies, and look at that. It's die cut through that funky
gorgeous
foam, no problem. All that tiny little detail, the pin drop all the way round, it is cut like a dream.
And then, who would think you could do that,
exactly,
Craig?
I know.
That's amazing, that.
It is absolutely incredible to think that you can do that. So let's just take that layer off. We're then going to pop that one out. And then once again, even with this inner decorative, delicate decorative centre part, and even although as it goes through the die cut machine, Debbie, it will squash the foam, but the foam reacts back to its original shape. So don't worry about it being completely flat once you come out the other end. The texture of it is so soft and so light that you're going to want to start using this in ways as to which I'm doing just now and then throughout the show. So we're just going to pop these ones out. You know, I really don't need to pop all these out because I've already got one done, but I really do want you to see within the launch party of this whole Funky Foam collection, they have die cut beautifully and perfectly.
Wow. And can I just ask a quick question, because I know I was a little bit busier just as you were running it through the machine. Did you use your metal shim, Craig, or did you just use your tool cutting plates?
Nope. So I used the same plate configuration for cardstock. So that's the two plates, magnetic and the frosted shim.
Yep.
And that's a really good point, because usually when we say, Debbie, about materials, we say put the metal shim in.
Yeah.
Not with that one.
No,
not with the Funky
beautifully.
Foam whatsoever. And you've still got that incredible thickness from that Funky Foam. So that's these two. Now the only difference, I explained at the beginning there, what I would do is I would put my double-sided adhesive sheets on the back first. And if you've seen throughout the day, you'll see that even with the double-sided adhesive sheets, it still die cuts no problem at all. What you will just need to do is just be a little bit patient, and once it comes out, just pop all the little bits out, because some of them will stick into place because you've got that sticky backing. But once it's done, it really is worth it. So I've done the same with this one here. If you don't have your sheets, you can use your permanent sprays, or you can use things such as your tacky glue, or you could use your tape runner or dotty one, because it's a strong construction. But I'm just going to pop these little bits out here. The bits that I'm popping out are actually the non-stick backing of the double-sided sheets. So that just goes to show how it die cuts through the foam, the adhesive, and that non-stick backing. So we're just going to take them ones out and pop that to the side for a moment. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take the largest out of the two outer dies that come in with that holly and the ivy set. And what we're going to do is we're going to use our white foam. And I'm not going to put any adhesive backing on this one just now, but we're going to go in. And then we're just going to add in our same plate configuration, run that one through. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring in an embossing folder. And then we're going to emboss this layer of foam. So we've got our white foam here. Now I'm going to go in with a previous embossing folder, which was kind of like a knitted jumper effect. And then I'm going to go in with Bordeaux, because you can still do things such as your letterpress when it comes to the foam. So I'm just going to go onto the back of my folder with the Bordeaux. And then all that I'm also going to do, so I just want to make sure that I get that whole area covered, which I have done. Now with a 2D embossing folder, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the two cutting plates as standard. And what I mean by that is when it comes to a 2D embossing folder, I do tend to add in my metal shim. I'm not going to do it for this one. I'm just going to leave it with the two cutting plates. You can do, if you still come along and add the metal shim, don't worry, it's not going to stretch it or break it or tear it. It'll just give you that little bit extra depth. But if I then come along with my Funky Foam, look at that.
Oh.
How cool is that?
That's amazing. I love that. And that's on the foam.
That's on the foam. Now, if I was to spread my fingers over it at the moment, Debbie, it will start to slightly smear, but it just needs about 5-10 minutes, and then that will dry. No problem whatsoever. So let's go in, keeping this quite simple, just to show. In actual fact, I've just ran my thumb over it. Can you see what I mean there?
Oh,
and in actual fact, this is a happy accident. But what about, do you know, actually, I've got a little blending tool here. So what you could do, if you wanted to, let's just come along, and I'm going to carefully hold it we can then blend the edges of that funky foam all the way round before that dries, work it in, and then all that I would do is I would leave that for about 5-10 minutes to let that set.
Yeah.
And then that will be set, good to go. Card blank, 5x7 card blank. So I'm going to go in with my green layer that I've done. I'm not going to do any pattern paper. I want the full attention, the whole kabang on the actual card. So we're going to go in straight into the middle, just here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one. Now I'm going to be careful because of course it is still wet. But for this one, I'm going to go in with my tacky glue. Now if you're using the tacky glue, you will just need to let that to adhere just a little bit longer. But we're going to pop that one into there, here. And I'm going to press just for a moment. Then what I'm going to do, Debbie, is let's go in with our next layer. And then pop that into place there, like so. Now I didn't happen to have a Christmas sentiment. I couldn't grab one in time. So what I've done is just gone back to those expression dies that I was using earlier on.
Yeah, yeah. That'll still work.
It'll still work just for you for Christmas time, absolutely. So as I've done within those ones there, I've popped the white funky foam, and I've popped that on a bit of that double-sided adhesive sheet, run that through, same plate configuration as these ones. That gives me that.
Does anybody else see a running rabbit in that shape?
Yeah.
I looked at that then and I thought it's either like a Disney character running or it looks like a little rabbit with its floppy ears.
You're right enough.
Charlotte's gone really quiet, hasn't she? But I just genuinely, I can't see the funny animal shape in that one. Do you, Craig?
You're right enough. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, that's
Pluto.
it. Pluto. That's the one, yes.
Yeah, Pluto as well.
It reminded me of someone. Good shout that, Charlotte, because it was reminding me of someone.
Yeah,
but
I totally get that.
Isn't it funny what you see with shapes?
Exactly, isn't it?
Yeah, I love that.
And then what I've done as well, for the Just For You, I put some black funky foam onto my double-sided adhesive sheets and ran them through. So I've now got these all nice and sticky. So all that I'm going to do is then position that one into here, and then I'm just going to lay that into place. And it's a very, very, very forgiving material, funky foam. So we can come along, and then I'm just going to then start to manipulate that in to place just here. So use your pokey tool, bring it in, pull it in, manipulate it, get it to where you want it to be. So as I say, it is very, very tough and very, very forgiving. So let's bring that in. I'm going to lift, and then I'm going to lift in with there, so we can bring that one down, press it into place, and bring that one in here. Let me just lift that one ever so slightly, and then pull that one into here. So we've got just, and then what I'm going to do is come in for the 4, and then that one just needs to come down that little bit more there.
This will make you laugh, Craig.
What's that?
I'm reading comments on here about that shape. People have said Goofy, Pluto, one of the mice from Cinderella. They all see the same shapes as we've been seeing. I'm glad we're not alone, Craig. I'm glad we're not alone.
Can you imagine if it was just us? We would have been going cookie, wouldn't we? Cookie, really, really going cookie. But then there we go. And do you know something? Dean's just said, and he's absolutely spot on. That's like a cookie. You know the writing you get on a cookie?
Yeah, the fondant on the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you've got
Look at the depth though, Craig.
Extra depth, but Debbie, so light.
Yeah.
So light. Depth, dimension, you've got that 3D look, but it is so light. And then what I'm going to do is, because of course I've got this extra height all the way around, I'm just going to take that off here. And then what I'm going to do is I can either use a foam pad, or you know that Jan uses craft foam as a way to elevate some of our projects. So I'm going to do what Jan does, and instead of using a foam pad, just use what I've got, and that is some of my funky foam. So that's going to go into the middle. So let's just pop that into the center there. I'm just going to chop that off. So that's going to help even out the layer. And then I'm going to go in with my glue, pop, nice little bit of glue in there, and then that can sit nicely right within the middle. Press that all the way around because the layers are to perfection. Hold that in, and then there we go, all with the funky foam.
That is beautiful, Craig.
But so incredibly
How stunning
light.
is that?
How incredible does that look with the depth?
Absolutely lovely that.
So you're going to be able to get the depth and post them, and it's going to be so inexpensive to post, because let me tell you, that is light as a feather, because even though you've got the layers, it's all done with the funky foam, which is incredibly light, but incredibly tough as well.
That's incredible. I love that. And I love the simplisticness of the card because it looks stunning, those two striking colours. I'll go through the details of the foam in a moment because of course we have launched that today, but I'm just going to recap this deal for you and give you a little bit of news as well. So the Showstopper deal, now you can go and get these separately, individually. You absolutely can do that if you want to do. I think they're £12.99 each, and you have the choice of the fabulous sparkling snowflakes or the shimmering snowflakes. Absolutely gorgeous. You've got that tag in there, you've got so many different configurations that you're going to be able to use these in, and also the lovely holly and the ivy that our Craigs just used. So there are your two nesting Christmas dies. The Showstopper also allows you to get hold of the winter's tail. So the winter's tail, and I'll just give it a very quick flick, is that beautiful, more contemporary paper pad there with those lovely Christmas colours running through the entirety of that paper pad, and that's 36 double-sided sheets that you get in. Also in this for Showstopper, you will be able to get hold of baby blue, lagoon and Chinese red in the opaque pigment ink pads. That's coming in the Showstopper deal. And then of course our lovely blending tool, which is the square. It's not a square, it's a rectangle. But yes, you can get hold of that as well at the Showstopper price of £50 or $70. The lowest you'll pay if you're in Club Platinum or brand new to Club Inspire today, if you've signed up today, you can have that taster of that 20% at £40 or $56. Now this is the news. That's your Showstopper deal. Now, we talked about the bonus buy, and I think it was Cindy that asked me about the card stock, so I'm going to show you, Cindy, in a second. We gave you two options of the bonus buy where you can purchase all of these lovely shimmer ink pads, and there's 6 shimmer ink pads that you can get for that half-price deal. Literally half price for shimmer ink pads. So on the screen, $29.95 or $44.95. If you've got that Showstopper in your basket, you can have these at half price. So that's half the price of $29.95, half the price of $44.95. Of course, if you are Club Platinum, it's half the price of $23.96. We've lost leave of our senses, Craig, because you are getting Starlit Sky. You're also getting the amethyst. We've also got the raspberry, including that beautiful, gorgeous sugar plum purple colour there, the tropic blue, and last one there is the frosty mint. 6 ink pads for half the price that you see on the screen, and if you're in Club Platinum, look at that half price deal. That is bonkers, because these are $5.99 each ink pad. That is a great bonus buy. We said we will not be bringing it back. It is your final chance to get hold of that tonight if you've got the Showstopper in your basket. Now, we did say that there was another Showstopper. I'm so sorry. It's gone.
You're kidding.
And no, and I knew, and I said when I saw the amount of cardstock that was in here, I knew this one wouldn't hang around. So it has gone. I don't know how we're doing. Are we doing it, guys? Are we doing it? So we are going to tell you right now, there is, wait a minute. Don't scream and shout.
It's now sold out.
So you can't have the bonus buy. However, I will just address the question that I think it was Cindy that had asked, and I'm just going to show you in there. If you were one of the lucky ones that got hold of it, I've got 2 sheets of your encapsulated glitter cardstock and 2 sheets of the adhesive. Now the adhesive is very different to the back of the card. You can see it's more of a paper. It's got more flexibility to it, and it simply peels back. So you get 2 sheets. In fact, actually, you get 4 sheets, isn't it, Craig? I think it's 4 of that, 2 of the encapsulated glitter. I mean, it's absolutely incredible, and you will notice the difference when you get that home. So if you did get hold of that absolutely fabulous bonus buy, well done, but unfortunately, it has all gone. They're still the ink pads though, and the ink pads I think is incredible because that is just phenomenal to get hold of those ink pads at that fabulous bonus buy price. Now, Craig's just been talking and using the Funky Foam, and we've had a couple of questions about what was Craig using. Well, he was using the Funky Foam. It's the brand new launch today, and we've got options for you. I'm going to go through, shall I go through the separate colours first, Ian? We'll do the 6 sheets of each. So in each one of these, they are all $1.99 and $3.95, and you can choose the colours that you want to choose. If you don't want to have more than one, you absolutely can, but you can multi-buy on this as well. $1.99 or $3.95 for 6 A4 size sheets of Funky Foam with a really good thickness. I've had a question, Craig, about how thick it is. I'm just wondering if you could slightly help me with that one, because I can't remember if it says it on the... I'll have a little look for you because I can't remember if it says anything about the depth. It is quite a nice thick one though, it's not a flimsy one. So we'll address that question in a moment. So that's the red. You've got the yellow option where you've got your 6 sheets of the yellow. And again, it's all the same price on the screen, $1.99, $3.95. Club Platinum, the lowest price will be £1.59 or $3.16. You've got the beautiful purple in there as well, so 6 sheets of the purple. I've got the 6 sheets of the blue. There's 6 sheets of the green. Thank you very much, Producer Dean. 1.8 millimetres is your depth of your Funky Foam. And lastly, 6 sheets of the pink. Now that's your 6 sheet option. However, we've got more. We've got bigger bumper packs, we'll call them. Mine have been slightly bumped off by someone because I haven't got the 12 sheets in there, but I'll lay them off because he's making some amazing things with them. So we'll talk about the black and white ones. 12 sheets of black and white, so 6 of black, 6 of white, and this is your Funky Foam at $3.99 or $5.95. Lowest price you'll pay for in Club Platinum is £3.19 or $4.76. That's your black and white option, and then the other option is your assorted colours where you're getting 6 colours, 2 of each colour in there, 2 of each in there, 6 colours, 12 pieces in total, and it is your fabulous multicoloured one, and I absolutely love that. It's called Assorted Colours. $3.99, $5.95, the same as your black and white, which is fabulous. Now, I'm going to give you time. I'm going to recap and have a little look at the questions and everything, of the comments as well. But we're going to have a little bit of a breather. We're going to let Craig reset. I can see he's already busy over there doing something else. I'll find out what he's doing in this short break. But for everybody who's new to the channel, who's not seen us before, who doesn't know anything about Club Inspire, here's the boss to tell you that little bit more.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
If you love Crafters TV, we've made it easy for you to watch us wherever you are. Whether you catch us on your tablets or take us with you on your mobile phone, it's easy to watch us anywhere. From here to here. Maybe don't watch us here. It would be easy to watch us here. Probably the easiest place to watch us is here. Crafters TV, with you wherever you are.
get to know people from places and walks of life that we wouldn't come across in our everyday life if it wasn't for Crafters TV and doing what we do.
I got so many lovely comments from people when I started doing the presenting, and it was just really such a lovely feeling. And it's nice that people keep messaging in. You know, we see the same people. We know you can build up that kind of relationship with those people. So it's just the fact that people like what we do and they're pleased. And I do love it when people send us photographs of the items that they've made.
We talk about customers, but really they go in as a customer, come out as a friend. The support that I get is amazing. The messages I get are amazing.
Me personally, it is personal interaction. I've never had the best of health. I've always been open about that with our viewers at Crafters TV. So many people are in the same situation as me health-wise. Other people have got a completely different health issues. They understand and they relate to what I'm going through, what others are going through. So whether we interact on a crafting basis or whether we interact on a health basis, a personal basis, we're all there to support one another. It is incredible.
The reaction of viewers when they come to meet us is worth all of the early mornings when we have to get up for our early morning shows.
Some of the customers come on as craft ambassadors and things like that, craft along with us, and being able to actually chat with them on air. I love it. I really love that connection with them.
We've had lots of shows where we've done like craft alongs, especially where we've had viewers craft along with us. We had a particular viewer, Joy, who joined us once before, and she literally made me cry on air, and Joe, because the things she said about us, it really was quite humbling that there are people out there that watch us and invite us into their living rooms and really treat us like family.
Welcome back. Are you having a good evening so far? We are. We're really enjoying it tonight. I'm loving watching Craig's demonstrations. I loved what he did with that last one. I've had a couple of questions that I'm going to answer before we go over to our Craig, because I have got a couple of questions for our Craig as well. But we've had a question about the shimmer ink pads. I think there's a little bit of confusion over the Showstopper. If you've bought the Showstopper with the two dies, the pad, the ink pads and the blending tool, it enables you to go into a bonus buy of the, no longer the cardstock, so I can't go over that cardstock. The cardstock's sold out. So this is your last opportunity because this is ending. Now, we've been asked when it ends. Technically, it should be midnight. However, we think it may be tomorrow morning, and if it is tomorrow morning, it'll be around 8 AM here in the UK when somebody comes in, sits at the computer and takes the deals off. So that's just for you to get, and obviously I can't guarantee that because I don't know if the guys have set it. Do you know how you can set something to go off at a certain time? So if it's something that appeals to you right now, all I'm going to say is perhaps think about it and perhaps get it now rather than in the morning, just in case, because I would hate for anyone to miss out. So I just want to put it out there for you. You've got that choice. It's entirely up to you. Now, the other question we had was about the shimmer ink pads and the bonus buy price. So we've got it on the screen for you. If tonight you have not gone for the Showstopper deal, you can buy those 6 shimmer ink pads for $29.95 or $44.95. That's the price you can have them for if you've not gone for that Showstopper deal. If you've bought the Showstopper deal, you are unlocking that bonus buy and you are going to get these at half that price. So we've been doing the maths. I've wrote it down. So $29.95 here in the UK becomes $23.96 if you're in the Club Platinum, and half those two prices are £14.97. You can have them for without your club membership off, because obviously lowest one there, it'll take, this is never right in a month for Sundays, takes them down to Club Platinum price. It will take them down to £11.98. I repeat, £11.98 for 6 shimmer ink pads that retail at $5.99. You do the maths. You get 2, you're getting 4 free. That's how you would look at that deal. That's the bonus buy for the Showstopper only. And then lastly, in dollars, and we'll do it fairly here, $44.95. When you get that to half price, it takes it down to $22.47, but you haven't taken off your club membership. So if you're in the Club Platinum, it goes down to $17.98. That's nuts. It's crackers. It's absolutely insanely good. And I can tell you now, you've loved the card bonus buy because it's gone. So if you want this one tonight, and I hope that's answered your question, and I think, if I remember rightly, it's our gorgeous Lynn Morton on YouTube. I hope that's answered your question, Lynn. There's no trickery involved. If you've got that Showstopper in your basket, my lovely, then this gives you that key to unlock that price for the half price, and genuinely, it's a fantastic deal. However you look at it, it's about buying 2 and getting 4 free. That's how I would look at that deal. So Lynn, if that appeals to you, get hold of yours right now, because we can't guarantee that it will be here in the morning. I would say around midnight mark, just to be on the safe side. Now, lots more questions. Can I ask Craig a couple of questions before I do? Because I have also had Laurel Ennis on Facebook said, when using the double-sided adhesive like you've just been using, Craig, with the funky foam, will the adhesive stick to mirror card and glitter card? So when you've cut it out, will that stick onto there?
Absolutely, yes, it will do. You know what I'm like anyway, no matter what kind of adhesive I use when it comes to dry form, onto anything that's textured like a glitter card, I'll always put a light little layer of the tacky glue. In saying that, answering your question, absolutely yes. You know, the double-sided adhesive sheets, it is so strong that they're going to attach to, yes, things such as your shedless glitter card, any of your surfaces that you would use anyway.
Fabulous. Thank you very much,
You're
Craig.
welcome.
As the questions come in, I will do my very best to answer. And what I don't answer, Craig, anything craft related, I'm going to throw over to our lovely Craig. So get them coming in. Have you sent your pictures in yet? Got any pictures? That's okay, thank you very much. I didn't know if they were all falling asleep and weren't listening to me earlier about sending in your pictures, but I'm really pleased to hear that you have. Right, we're going to move on to something else that launched quite recently as well. Now, I absolutely adore these character treat boxes. They are cute. They are fabulous. They're too themed with Halloween and Christmas. But you look at the front and you think, that's so cute. Lovely little pumpkin, lovely little Father Christmas. And you think that's great in itself. Mm-hmm. But the surprise element is, shall we do the Christmas one first, guys? It gives you the ability to turn it from 1 into 3, so you've got the gorgeous cute snowman, that fabulous Father Christmas, and I absolutely adore the Father Christmas. I can't tell you how much I love that character, and also the elf. These are fantastic. $24.99 or $29.95 for your Christmas treat boxes. The lowest you'll pay down there is $19.99 or $23.96. An amazing price for a set of dies that enables you to create 3 different characters and gives you everything you need to create all of those. And I think that is absolutely fabulous, and I can't wait to see what Craig's got lined up with this one. That's your Christmas one. The other one is the Halloween cute character treat box. And you look at the front and you think, oh my God, that pumpkin is so cute. But it is. And these, I just adore these. My favourite is the spider. I can't tell you how much I love that spider. I've made about 10 of these already, Craig.
Have you really?
I am, because I'm going to fill them up. Although I've just found out I've got my schedule. I'm working Halloween night. I'm gutted. Yeah. So I'm going to give them to my granddaughter and my grandson, and I'm going to let them give them out to their friends, because I've been making loads thinking I were going to be not working on Halloween, but I'm here. So there we go. However, not to worry. Super cute spider. The fabulous kitty cats. Just so cute. And then that lovely pumpkin, $24.99 or $29.95. You know the score. It's exactly the same as the other one. $19.99 or $23.96. And Craig, what are you going to do with these?
Right here. So we're going to use the pumpkin, and we're going to use them with the funky foam. But what I'm going to do first, I'm going to show you how you can use the funky foam as a stamp, because we're going to create a stamp background. Then we're going to use the cute character boxes on top of the background. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with one of our pumpkin dies from our All Hallows Eve, and I'm just going to use the medium one, and we're going to go in and we're just going to die cut it as normal. So I'm just going to be using my mini. I'm going to use my Gemini mini here, and we're just going to run and roll that one through, and then what we can then do is move that out the way. We're going to take these little bits out, pop it out, and then pop its little mouth out. What I'm then doing is taking my repositionable spray. So this is my purple lid spray. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of scrap cardstock, and then on the back, I'm just going to stand back and just at a light bit of a distance, and we're going to go behind me here. And then just at a distance, I'm going to give it a little bit of a spray. So I'm just spraying onto the back here. So I've just given it a light little spray just onto the back. I'm not sure if you actually want to see exactly how I've done that there, just at a little bit of a distance. So if we go back, if we go face on, I'll get Charlotte to come face on, and then all that I'm going to do, just at a light distance, I'm just going to give that a light little spray. Giving that a spray there, and then all that I'm doing is I'm just going to let that set just for, you know, a few seconds, just for a few seconds, just to let that tackiness start to build. And while I'm doing that, I can get let's just pop that back on. I'm going to go in with my stamping platform. You can use your rocker blocks if you want. And I'm also going to go in with my orange quick dry. So that should be tacky enough now. And then all that I'm going to do is go in, and I'm just going to press and secure into my stamping platform. Let's take my white cardstock. This is our white multi-purpose, and I've cut it to 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink up. So I'm going to ink up my pumpkin. I'm going to press as though I would do with a stamp, and look at that. How cool is that? So you think of all of these dies that you've got now that you can then turn into stamps using the funky foam. And do you know something, to be honest with you as well, the colour is irrelevant. You can use whichever colour foam that you want. It's just, I've done the white just so that, well, no specific reason other than I used the white. But you can use any colour, that's irrelevant because you're going to use your chosen ink pad of choice. So I'm just going to come along and create a little bit of a background. You know what I always say as well, it really does make a difference when you stamp off the page. So we're going to come round, we're going to keep reapplying different angles there with our pumpkin, and notice how my handmade stamp stays in place, it's not moving. I can keep going back and reapplying it. I get the same impression as I did within the very, very first one. So we're just stamping, we're going to go in off the page, we can then go up into the corner just there. Even sometimes just the teeniest of bits makes it look more natural in the layout. So I'm going to then just do a few more. That one can then go at the top there. Let's also go in, I'm not sure exactly where about my character's going to go, so let's just do a little bit of filling in just in case. So I think that should be fine. Let's just do one in the corner just there. So there is my background. So fun, so much fun that you're going to be able to do that with many of the characters. Imagine doing that with the ghost, maybe the witch and the broomstick, but we've got that. And you can leave it like that, or you know, if you want to come along and just sketch in with your art liner or that, you can absolutely do that. But really, really simply, by using the funky foam, creating your own stamp from any stamp, and not even just from our dies, it could be any branded die that you've got, you're going to be able to die cut.
Craig, that looks amazing. And do you know, it looks like the juiciest of stamps that you've used.
Yeah, exactly.
It's absolutely gorgeous. That's what I love about funky foam. And this is what I'm saying to everybody with funky foam. Please don't treat this as just a children's item. Don't think of the funky foam in the kids section down in your local craft shops, which is where it's usually, that's where it usually is. Let's be real here, that's where it usually is. Here at Crafters, we're just showing you all the ways. I say we, fabulous Craig has just shown you some absolutely epic ways of using it, and that for me, Craig, just absolutely fabulous. Back over to you, my lovely, because seriously, that's just gorgeous. I love that.
Oh, you're welcome. It's a great starter, isn't it? It's a great starter for your own background. Now, I've got all my elements laid up, but once again, going in with the white, what I've done is I've taken the amber. Now, I've found, I had in between shows, I was having a little play, I found the best application for me is the Illustrator pen.
Yeah.
Now you can use the Classics and that chisel nib, but I really do find that I get a really nice, smoother flowing application with the Japanese brush nib of the Illustrator pens. So I would go in, I've already coloured a larger area. Once again, I would leave that for about 10 minutes just to let that kind of set itself. And then what I'm going to do is I've popped my double-sided adhesive sheets on the back. Once again, it's not essential to use the double-sided adhesive sheets, but from me playing, personally, I find the best way of adhering them is your double-sided adhesive sheets. So I've got the green and I've got that onto a piece of the double-sided adhesive sheets. And we're going to go in with the leaves. Let's just secure that slightly. I'm going to go in with the eyes and the mouth for the pumpkin. That we're going to then secure. And then what I've also done as well, using the oak tree from the Illustrator pens, coloured a bit of the white, let that set, and now I'm going to go in with the stock. So we can then take our plates, so frosted, magnetic top plate. We're going to feed that one through into our Gemini. So by the end of the day, when we've focused and featured the funky foam, we've done many things: letterpress, ink pads, alcohol pens, embossing, you know, die cutting, shading, all of these different ways in which you can then start to use your funky foam. So we're going to take these ones off there. Now what I've already done is done one in black as well, because even with the funky foam, I still like my drop shadow. So what I'm going to do is get all of these components all ready. So we've got these ones, so let's pop that out, let's pop that out. We're going to then come along with our stock here as well, take that one out, and then we're going to go in with the eyes and the mouth. So we're going to pop that one on. And I'm not using the actual treat box template that you get with them, but you can still absolutely do that. You can build your character onto the treat box. So I'm just going to then turn that one around so I've got it the right way. And then, as I say, I'm just going to create a drop shadow, even with the funky foam. Although, if you did want to just use your black cardstock for a drop shadow, you can still do that. But I think it's great to add that extra texture. I'm then going to come along with the eyes. So let's go in with the eyes. I'm just going to pop the little mouth in first, and then let's pop this eye that I've not taken the back off yet, just as a little bit of an idea. Let's go in with our pumpkin. Let's go in with our next eye here. So let's pop that one on. And in actual fact, before I add the mouth, what I was going to do as well was I'm going to go in with the mocha, and then I was just going to come up the edges when it comes to the pumpkin. And it's not often that we say that you can blend your alcohol pens, but while that is sitting on that funky foam, what I can do, I'm going to go back in with the amber, which I originally was using to then colour that full sheet, and then I'm just going to go in and then I'm just going to overlay so I can get that bit darker tone. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come along, believe it or not, let's go in. Have we got a nice clean finger dauber? Nope, but this will do. And then I'm just going to go in, because, and some of you will already be aware, there's already ink on that. Didn't think of that one through, did I? Let's take some of that excess ink off, although there's a lot on it.
That's the thing, isn't it? They do have a lot on there. They hold a lot of ink. Any of the sponges do, don't they, as well, Craig? They still hold quite a lot of ink in there.
They do, yeah, which is a great thing. But when you come along to take some of that excess off, you see even already how quick that alcohol pen has dried, because, well, really quite quick. But there we go, let's just start to blend that bit out, because you get that little bit of idea as to where I'm going. I'm just going to blend that top bit out as well, just before that alcohol pen sets. Let's just go around into here. You can get the rough idea as to where I'm going. And then what we can do is we can go in now with our mouth, wherever I popped that mouth. We'll have a look in a minute, we'll find it. it is probably going to be on the floor, which if it is, not to worry, we can just come along. Let's take another bit of black cardstock and let's take our adhesive sheet, which I've got some underneath here. So I'm just going to pop a little bit. I tend to size it up and then chop. I'm then just going to peel that back and off here when it comes to our sheet. So there's my sticky side. Lay that on. Now before you do come along and run it through your die cut machine, trim any excess adhesive off. And what I would always recommend as well, cut onto the material. So I'm cutting onto the black foam. If you run your scissors by the side onto your adhesive sheet, what's going to happen is that's going to stick to your scissors. So what you want to do is you want to cut onto the foam, and that's going to stop it from then junking it up when it comes to your scissors. So let's take our die once again, our little face. I only need the mouth for this one. But what we're then going to do is we're just going to run that one through our Gemini so we can get that mouth again. Feed it through. Let's take that out. We're going to then get the mouth into here. Let's take that back and off. I'm then just going to position that one underneath there at a light little angle. I'm then going to come along. I'm just going to take that off. So I'm going to go in to here. So it's like it's got a little parting, a hair parting at the front. And then I'm just going to then...
You've got little curtains, Craig. You've
like
got
little
curtains.
Little curtains. But what I'm going to do as well, Debbie, notice as well, so the stock is going to be quite high up.
Yeah.
So therefore, I'm going to have some sticky backing that's going to be showing on the back.
Yeah.
So what I'm just going to do is I've just got an anti-static bag. So I've only bent that back so far, and I'm just dabbing my anti-static bag on the back there, so that stops it from being sticky.
Ah, what a great tip.
So when I peel that off, that base bit now is sticky.
Yeah.
So if I stick that into place,
Oh, perfect.
the back is it's not sticky. And even if you've got a little bit showing, just go with your anti-static bag, dab it. It's going to take any of that tackiness away. I'm going to do, well, it doesn't matter because it's going up my card blank. How cute is that?
That is so cute.
How cute is that? Your little pumpkin or any of the characters, and then of course you're going to come along and then build your cards. Maybe you're going to pop them onto your treat boxes.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I love how
gonna
you're
go
showing
in.
it in a different way, Craig. Because those treat boxes, that's what I said about these all along. It's not just your character treat box that you've got. You've got a set of dies there that you can create some really funky, pardon the pun, funky ideas on there, because you're using that funky foam. I love how you've created that stamped background.
Stamped background, no mats and layers, just because I'm just keeping it very, very simple for you to see. And then on the back here, I'm just going to go in with the tacky glue. I'll repeat myself again, but your tacky glue, you do just need to let that grab just that little bit longer. And then to finish off, I've already stamped out a sentiment from our All Hallows Eve, which can just go down into the bottom. Let's pop that one into there. Now you could do mats and layers, you can do the inking. It was more just to show you how you can create your background and then you can create your pumpkin. And that, other than the sentiment, which you could have stamped on and die cut into the funky foam, has then been done, there you go, done with the funky foam. And yet again, so light, even though we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers there with the funky foam, it's still very, very light.
Craig, I love that. That is so cute. Absolutely super, super cute. Lots, I mean, Diane Cadman summed it up, he's gorgeous. I think she means you as well, though, Craig. I think she does mean you as well. I've got a couple of questions, if I may, Craig, as well, if I can, if that's okay, because there's been loads of questions coming through whilst you were doing that. I think we've addressed how thick is the funky foam, because our lovely Dean said 1.8 millimetres, I think, if I remember rightly. We've done the shimmer pads, that's okay. I think Tammy Barnhouse, we've covered the will the dies cut through foam. We've just been watching Craig. Absolutely, you've seen him do intricate as well as straight forward shapes. That that was a that was a word to say at this time of night. The one that Lillian's asked is, she missed a little bit. How did you attach the foam to the stamping platform to create your background scene, Craig?
Right, let's very quickly, let's do that again then. Tell you what, this time, let's bring in, just going to bring in the little ghost here. So let's take a little bit of foam. So I'm going to take the foam, let's die cut it out, and then I'm going to then run that through. No specific reason why I keep using the white. You can use any colour because it's the choice of ink pad that is then going to, of course, transfer the ink. So let's take our little stamp out. So let's pop these ones out here. And then what I'm going to do is let's come in with a little bit of scrap card. So what we can then do is, for this to work, I'm going to turn it on itself, then I'm going to come back again. So let you see me what I'm doing in shot. So I'm going to then take my repositionable spray. So that one there is the purple lid. So it's a repositionable spray. And then all that I'm going to do is if I step back again, and then all that I'm doing, you know, from a few inches away, I'm just going to spray that repositionable spray, giving it quite a few short, sharp bursts of that spray. And then all that I'm going to do now is then I'm just going to move it to the side just for a second or two, literally just going to give it a few, not even a minute, few seconds or so. I'm going to come in with a piece of black cardstock or white cardstock. I'm going to come in with some ink. So let's use a jet black. And then at this point, we're just going to go in and we're just going to pop that onto my stamping platform. Now, what I am going to do just now is I've just washed that, but I've not taken any of the residual pad.
Could you use a tape or anything to I'm just thinking if any of our stateside viewers are watching, because obviously we don't distribute the spray outside of the UK. I'm pretty sure there's other alternatives. Is there not, Craig, in stateside?
I would. There'll definitely be repositionable. And wait, do that again here, just because I've got that excess ink on the back there, stopping it from sticking. Yeah, so I know that you do get repositionable sprays stateside, but if you don't have one, I don't see why a tape runner wouldn't work. Certainly the dotty one, when we get them back in stock, you could give the dotty one a shot. Let's just press that one in, and then we're going to go. There's something stuck on the stamping platform, Debbie. Let's take my next one. Let's take that again. We're just going to then stick that onto place, he says. Let's take. Why is that not?
Is it not wanting to stick? I know, because you stuck your pumpkin down.
I was about to say, yeah, you've seen me, I've done
I wonder if there's
it.
some sticky residue on your fingers as well, though. That might not be helping.
Maybe.
But I suppose you could take a dotty tape pen as well, or I wouldn't use Pritt stick or anything like that, would you?
No, I wouldn't do anything
residue,
like that.
doesn't it? Yeah.
So let's try that with the dotty tapes and pop that one on. Let's press that into place. So that's holding it. The main thing is, as long as it's holding your image on, then of course
you can then go into inking, can't you? Yeah.
And then all that we're just going to do is we're just going to then ink up. We're going to then turn that around, and then we're just going to press. Move that out the way. There we go. Look at that.
Wow, that looks amazing. Thank you for showing that, Craig. I'm so sorry we had to ask you to do that again.
No, not at all. Not at all. Thankfully, it worked the first time.
Yeah.
You know, phew. So you've seen how it works with the spray. It just must be something on the back of that.
Yeah, there'll have been something there.
But yeah, give the dotty ones. Or do you know something? There'd be no reason that you couldn't use your normal tape runner as well. As long as it's going to cling and grab, then yeah.
Got one more question for you, Craig. Laurel says, are you doing any tutorials about the funky foam and the different ways that you can use?
Do you know something? I could see that happening for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, I love the stuff. Absolutely love the stuff now. Total convert, that's for sure.
Sweet Imp on YouTube says, what's Debbie whispering? So in between, we little talk, because obviously I can't run into the gallery every 2 minutes. So I have to talk to my producer and Charlotte. So I was whispering to Dean, so probably didn't have your mic turned off. So Sweet Imp, you're not missing out a trick. I'm just discussing the next things that we're moving on to. We're talking tic-tacs. That's what we're doing. Take those tic-tacs. Yeah, we're talking those tactics. Crafting Queen on YouTube says, Craig and Debbie honestly, you have knocked it out of the park today, especially with all the mayhem of a launch sellout, multiple showstoppers, multiple showstopper options, and bringing back bonus buys from the previous launch. Thank you so much for that, Crafting Queen, because it has been a bit of a day we did say at the start of the day, showstoppers coming out of our ears, literally, and yes, we did have to change things up earlier on with the sellout of the yellow expansion pack 4. Sue Benson on YouTube, one very quick question I just want to talk about is, if you make home decor projects with a funky foam, Craig, what is the shelf life if you pack them away appropriately?
And that's a really good question as well. So no, they really don't have a shelf life at all. What I would say is, as long as they're packed appropriately, as you say, you know, not in a damp area, not too hot, and the main thing is there's not a lot of pressure on it. So don't put them onto the very bottom of a box or something like that. Have them in their own box where you've got all your light ornaments that you make from the funky foam, or have them at the top of a box. So as you say, you know, into a light area or light surround, it's dark and it's not damp, then you'll be fine.
Thank you very much, Craig. Thank you. So we have, and I'll just give you a little recap, lots of options with the funky foam. You've seen Craig make some stellar things with the funky foam tonight. These are for the multiple packs, so the black and white pack and the multicolour one, or it's called the sorcered colours. You'll find on the website at $3.99 or $5.95, and of course the Club Platinum price there is in the purple box. All of the single packs, so the single coloured packs at 6 sheets of each, come in at $1.99 as well, but you can head over to the website and find all those details out on Shop the Show, which is already available for you. Now, I know this is technically not a launch, what I'm going to show you next, but it's a killer deal. It's absolutely a stellar deal. So we just thought we'd bring this one in for you as a little bit of a cheeky deal. We'll call it a Cheeky Tuesday deal, shall we, Dean? Shall we call it a Cheeky Tuesday? The Triptych dies. I love Triptych dies. I love the concept of it. I love the way that you can create the inside as beautiful as the outside. But I'm just going to take a look at the price. I'm going to show you in a second. £13 or $15. Not for one set, not for 2 sets, but for 3. 3 sets tonight at £13 or $15. Excuse me. Does that say £10.40? $12? We've gone mad. We've tell you, Tuesday, I think it's all getting to us this crazy Tuesday. I think it really is, because you're not getting the one, like I said, you're getting all 3 options here for you. So we have got that fabulous, and I'll give it the proper name. It's called Santa Over the Rooftops, which is just the most exquisite design. I've got one here in black and white to show you that fabulous triptych concept. Triptych stands for the 3 windows there. Anything that's got 3, it's a triptych card, and it's absolutely beautiful. So you've got the Santa Over the Rooftops, and you're not even having to choose, you're getting them all. You've got the Quaint Village, so I'm just going to make sure I've got the right one there for the Quaint Village. There it is. The Quaint Village die set, and again, triptych means that 3, but you can then turn it into lots of different styles of your cards. And then lastly, the Charming Church, which I just think is absolutely fabulous. So the Charming Church in black and white, that's what they look like. You're getting all the details there where you can mix and match those scenes, and absolutely love these. So they can be those triptych cards, whichever way you want to put that threesome. Absolutely fabulous dies, fabulous price. £13, $15. If you're in Club Platinum, boy oh boy, that is a cheeky little Tuesday deal for you at £10.40 or $12. I'm not even going to try and work out the maths. Just over £3 each per die, or $3 a die, or $4 a die. Absolutely incredible deal. Now, we are going to share some pictures with you in a second, because we've had lots of lovely comments coming through. We've had lots of lovely pictures coming through. But I've got another little cheeky deal for you, and this one is called the Flower Foaming Explorer Kit, a 6-piece collection where you are going to get, and I'll start with the main component. I call the main components, not just for your flower foaming as well, because let me tell you, these are the dies. This is the hardware of this collection, where you are getting not 1 flower die but 2. So this one is your clover die. I've always loved the clover die. I think it's absolutely fabulous, and yes, it will give you the clover flower, but lots more as well. The Regal Rose, where you're getting not only the dies but also, I think it's the stencils in this one, if I remember rightly. Or is it just the dies? It could be just the dies, actually. Don't worry, Dean. I won't tax you, I promise. I think they might be the stems.
Yeah.
Dean went, oh God, oh no, she's making me work again. Don't, no. But seriously, 2 fabulous dies, and that's before we even start talking about the flower foaming foam, because not only are you getting those dies, you are getting 2 packs of flower foaming foam, and you have got these fabulous 12 sheets of spring hues. Look at that gorgeous colourway. And then from the delightful daisies, the green, grey and the white as well. And you're getting 12 sheets of that. So it's 24 sheets of foam, 2 fabulous die sets that once that foam's gone, you absolutely can use paper with it. And then we popped some stamens in there for you as well. Just checking there were stamens and not sequins that I thought they were last time. So absolutely a fantastic deal for £30 or $40, bringing it right down to £24 or $32. That's another cheeky little cheesy deal for you. Oh. Shall I tell you what? Do you fancy a little bit of a break? And I think what we'll do is we'll come back in a second or two. We'll recap on a few things. Craig's got so much more lined up for you as well. And we'll also have a little look at those pictures that you've been sending in. So for now, we're just going to have a couple of minutes breather. We'll see you back at the other side of this.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Are we in trouble or are we all right? Should be coming in. Should be coming.
What does she do?
Exactly how he looks.
This is awesome. This is awesome.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
And I watch you every day, and it's just what really gets you through when you're really at rock bottom.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get social with us. Whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, on your TV or tablet, you can get so close to the action, it's like you're in the studio with us. You can ask questions about products or crafty techniques. Get hints and tips from our expert demonstrators. Plus, share pictures of your crafty makes with our amazing community. Crafters TV, getting you closer to the crafty action.
We get to know people from places and walks of life that we wouldn't come across in our everyday life if it wasn't for Crafters TV and doing what we do.
I got so many lovely comments from people when I started doing the presenting, and it was just really such a lovely feeling. And it's nice that people keep messaging in. You know, we see the same people, and we know you can build up that kind of relationship with those people. So it's just the fact that people like what we do and they're pleased. And I do love it when people send us photographs of the items that they've made.
We talk about customers, but really they go in as a customer, come out as a friend. The support that I get is amazing. The messages I get are amazing.
Me personally, it is personal interaction. I've never had the best of health. I've always been open about that with our viewers at Crafters TV. So many people are in the same situation as me health-wise. Other people have got a completely different health issues. They understand and they relate to what I'm going through, what others are going through. So whether we interact on a crafting basis or whether we interact on a health basis, a personal basis, we're all there to support one another. It is incredible.
The reaction of viewers when they come to meet us
is worth all of the early mornings when we have to get up for our early morning shows.
Some of the customers come on as craft ambassadors and things like that, craft along with us, and being able to actually chat with them on air. Love it. I really love that connection with them.
We've had lots of shows where we've done like craft alongs, especially where we've had viewers craft along with us. We had a particular viewer, Joy, who joined us once before, and she literally made me cry on air, and Joe, because the things she said about us, it really was quite humbling that there are people out there that watch us and invite us into their living rooms and really treat us like family.
Welcome back, everybody, for the last 35 minutes here at Crafters TV today. It's been a brilliant day. Loads of message coming through, Craig. Craig, for someone who thought, what the dickens am I going to do with this funky foam? You've hit the nail on the head, Craig. Stephanie, thank you, because I know, do you know, can I just tell you, because obviously today, Craig wasn't supposed to be on this show. Craig wasn't due down to work on launch party, because obviously you're all aware that Lily's been quite under the weather. She returned to work today, but not quite at full strength, which is why we didn't ask her to come and do launch party, and Craig kindly stood in and said he would cover it. But obviously Craig's had to do all these demos like literally throughout the day, so a big kudos to Craig for everything that he's been doing, because he's been knocking them right out of the park, and we can only thank him for that, and obviously wish Lily all the best and hope she's feeling 110% better before she comes back onto the screen, because we know she's not been feeling very well. So yes, Craig, you're inspiring people with the foam, let me just tell you now. So Stephanie Theodos on Facebook says, Debbie, they are keeping you hopping with the launches today, but we know you are fabulous. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Patricia Ann on YouTube, I can't wait to work with the new funky foam. I've never worked with foam before, but Craig's fabulous demos are making me want to give it a try. And genuinely, that's what we've been trying to get across today, that funky foam is not a children's product. No. Of course it is. That's what you want it to be, but there's so much you can do with it in the world of your craft, and which is why we've got some here now launched today. And I believe that Craig has just been showing you all the fabulous ways that you can use funky foam. For me, the stamps, just game changer. Yeah. Absolute game changer. I have ornaments my kids made over 20 years ago, says Laurie Barnett, and with cheap funky foam, and they're still in good condition. So you can only imagine using ours, how long that's going to last. So yes, I'm sure our new funky foam will have a long shelf life, she said. Anna Goslin Smith on YouTube says, I've missed all the shows as we were at Chessington today. Longest queue, 5 minutes, amazing. That's good. 5 minutes queues, that's really good. And then my parents for dinner, but got the order in first thing, and I'll have to rewatch the shows later. Thank you very much. And Susan Griffiths on YouTube says, oh, thank you. I love Debbie's way of presenting. Yep. Made sure I logged in to watch Craig too. Isn't that sweet? Thank you.
You're so good at it, Debbie. You're
bless your heart. Thank you very much. You're very kind. And thank you for all the lovely messages that I get when I'm on this side of the building. And Eve B on YouTube says, Craig needs the super cape. Absolutely, you do. The super cape, because he is a superhero and a superman. And can we just little quick flick over to Craig right now, Charlotte? Just go on, Craig, hello, can you talk? Is it the white chocolate ones? Me and Craig snuck off in that break then to go and run and grab a cuppa, because we were both in the need of a little bit of a shot of coffee and tea, and I know his white chocolate digestive biscuits. I started putting in. I'm so sorry, Craig. I'm so sorry. You continue to enjoy that with a cup of tea while we get on with the rest of the evening. Now we have another. Oh my God, what are you doing to make that team? Another showstopper? Oh, well, we might as well. We've had loads. I mean, come on, let's have another one for you. And of course, quite recently, we launched a brand new Halloween paper pad, 12 by 12. Completely different to the Aloes Heave. It really is completely different. And so I'm going to start with that one. I'm not going to lie. This by far is my favourite paper pad we've ever done with Halloween. I absolutely love this. I love the Hallows Eve, Craig, I'm not going to lie, I love that one too, but this, I just think there's something about this illustration that I can't quite really get my head around. It's spooky, it's atmospheric, it's very full of illustration. Those ghosts, I swear they pop off their page. They do, don't they, Charlotte? They look like photos. The illustration that Leanne and the team, and is this Faye that's done this one, Craig?
I think so. I think
Seriously, that girl is off the charts, amazing. The artwork and the illustration, and do you know, if it's not Faye, it'll be either Ruth or one of the others that have created this. They are so fantastically drawn and illustrated and layered, and the colours absolutely incredible. And I genuinely mean it. This is the most amazing Halloween paper pad we've ever done. Seriously, ever done. It's absolutely exquisite, and it's perfect for all of the more, should we call them the more adult makes?
Yes.
I reckon, do you know, when you get this home, you'll totally get what I mean by that. And you know, for me, scrapbooking, I can't wait. I might not be here on Halloween, but I've told Tash to take loads of pictures of Ezra and Safi and Rue the dog, because she's even got Rue an outfit.
Brill.
She's a pumpkin, and I've told her she wants to take me loads of pictures so I can absolutely pop it into my scrapbook, and that's the pad I'm going to be using. So that's the paper pad that you get in 36 double-sided sheets. Careful, Debbie, careful.
Half an hour to go.
Half
an hour to go.
The 3D topper pad. Now, ours has been depleted somewhat because we've all been having a little play. Very simply, a fantastic die cut, 15 sheets of these lovely Halloween images that I know you're going to use, and you can layer them up, so you can decoupage them by all means. Or we've gone through that one, haven't we? Or you can use them as toppers. It's entirely up to you. So that's coming in this Showstopper deal. But oh my God, creme de la creme, flipping Nora is all I'm going to say, because this is brilliant. It's exquisite, and I genuinely mean it. Wait till you get it home and try it. I know that the thousands of you already got this. We know that this is still absolutely super popular, and I'm not surprised. And I will just show you. It's our holographic luxury foiled acetate, and when I say holographic, you'll see in a second when I turn that over the holographic nature of this. You are going to get one sheet of each of these colours of the spider web. This is 380 microns, so you've got a black, you've got that gorgeous green, and you can see that lovely foiled shine, but on the other side you've got that holographic as well. You've got the purple in that spider's web, and then you're getting 3 sheets of the pumpkins, so the pumpkins come in that pumpkin colour, and you've got in the green and the purple as well, so let me just bring those up for you. And then lastly, the next 3 that you're going to see are all the same, and it's the fabulous bats. Oh my God, I love this one. Every single one of these sheets has got a carrier sheet that you just need to remember to take off, and you're getting 3 of the bats. And then this one, it's always difficult to show, so I'm going to hold it up against my dress. It's the opaque. I absolutely love the ghosts, and I'm so glad we've put them in the opaqueness, and there's no holographic nature to the other side of that one, and you're going to get 3 sheets of that as well. So for all of that cardstock, all that paper, all that toppers, and the fabulous construction weight acetate, printed luxury foiled acetate Halloween themed, is £40 or $55, and then taking off your club membership price of the Club Platinum, it's £32 or $44, which I just think is absolutely insanely good, and it's worthy of the Showstopper. Oh, is that it for Showstoppers? Are we done for all the Showstoppers? Can we show some have we done the pictures? Can we show some pictures? Can we do some pictures while I'm just letting Craig reset, because I can see he's busy over there, and we'll come back to him in a second. Bet, let's show you what Amanda Pigeon has been making, and look at this. Isn't that just glorious? I recognise that die, Amanda. I recognise that one. Absolutely incredible. Oh, she sent another one in as well. So somebody must have been 40 quite recently. That is beautiful. I love the colour theme on that one. That's absolutely gorgeous. The next coming up is from Hilary Anderson. Ooh, I need to come in a bit closer. Let me come in a bit closer, because I need to get close to the screen. Oh, I love the bunting there. That is absolutely beautiful. I mean, genuinely beautiful. Thank you so much, Hilary, for sending your picture of your making there as well. Teresa Campbell next. Oh, I recognise that cutting emboss folder. I absolutely love that one. That's the interlocking hearts. Oh, look at me remembering that one. That's absolutely, honestly, it's just one of my favourites, that's why. Teresa, thank you so much. That is absolutely fabulous. And then Gaz, is this the Gaz that joins us on Craft-alongs? Is this Gaz Dodds? Fantastic. Look how fabulous that is with that gorgeous bohemian collection. That is absolutely beautiful. Do you know, I do believe Gaz is joining us this weekend on one of the Craft-alongs. I do believe that, yes, I'm pretty sure that Gaz is joining us again. The last time he joined us, he was going to the Pride on the Isle of Wight and in his very colourful dungarees. So fabulous. He's with our lovely Michelle and myself again on this side, which I'm really looking forward to because he's an absolute dream of a guest. Lynn Bledsoe, thank you so much for sending in your beautiful make. That is absolutely gorgeous. Love, love, love that. I'm having to come in right close to the screen, Craig. Can't wait for these new glasses, let me tell you. Thank you to each and every single one of you that have sent in your beautiful makes. It really does inspire lots of people. The comments that usually come through is literally when it goes bananas and when it wakes people up when people have shared their makes. Don't forget, you can always join the crafting community of I'm a Crafter's Companion, the fans of HSN, the fans of QVC, and so on. And join all of us on our pages, our social pages, and share your beautiful makes. And don't forget to tag us in as well. Oh, are we heading back to our lovely Craig? Are we going back for another demo?
We are indeed.
Are we going back for another treat box?
No.
Oh no.
We're going to use this collection.
Which collection?
What you've just shown.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. That's smooth, Craig. That's smooth. You can tell I weren't listening in break, can't you? I was too busy trying to get my coffee down my neck. Well, thank you very much, Craig. Over to you, my lovely.
Rightio. So I've got a few bits already done here. So what I've done is I've got a 6x6 card blank and I have come in at 1.5 and chopped. So that's how it looks like here. What I've then done, using that remaining excess, I've also chopped another bit at 1.5, so we can see we're going to create kind of like a bridge effect there. So what we're going to do, on the back here, I'm going to use my red liner tape for this because I'm going to use some of that incredible acetate. It's absolutely phenomenal. So we're going to put my strip of red liner tape. I'm also going to do a bit along the top here. And then what we can then do, forgot to show the finished samples, I'll do that at the end. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with the bats. Now remember, these all have the protective sheets on them. Mine's has already been taken off, but you've got that incredible black holographic. So then I'm going to come along and take that strip back off here. Then I'm just going to pop that into the middle and I'm going to just press. So we're going to press that in. And then I'm going to take my next strip and then I'm going to then take that off and then I'm going to line that up along the bottom and then we're just going to press that in like so. So we can see now what I've then got is I've got my acetate bridge that you can see within the middle there. So let's open that up. And then I've gone in for the Halloween papers. While Debbie was just chatting there, I'd gone in with my double-sided tissue tape. You know, that's always my go-to. When I've got that little bit of time to do the tape, I'll always use the tape. You can use your tape runner. You know by now you can use whichever adhesive you want. And I've cut that to 5.5 by 5.5. I've gone in with my black, and in actual fact, I did originally cut that to 5 3/4 by 5 3/4, but I want a thinner layer. So what I do, when I want a thinner layer, I still cut to 1/4 inch bigger, but then I trim afterwards. Now I do have my tape facing upwards because I'm just using this as a guide. Yeah, I'm happy with that layer. Nice little thin black layer. So what I'm going to do, now that I'm happy with that, I can then turn that over and then I can then press that into place like so. Hold that in and then we can go onto the back that I've also got my tape on. So let's take the back off of these ones here. I'm then just going to take that last one off and then we're going to come back in with my card blank and onto the back there. Let's do it so that the spider is then right there into near that centre. And the reason I wanted to have that spider featured will become apparent in a moment. So if I close that one over, we can start to see that paper pad in the background there. We've got the black holographic acetate starting to shine through. And then what I've done is I've taken another couple of strips from that paper pad. I've cut it to 5.5 by 1 inches. So it's 5.5 by 1 inches. And then I've done a black matting layer with my black matte cardstock. Take that backing off, like so, there and to there. That can go along here. And you know what I'm like? I do like to leave white framework. You don't have to. You can create your layers a little bit bigger to eliminate some of the white work, but I do like that white frame left. I'm going to do the same, that piece of card stock and paper, the same sizes as the ones I've just done. That one, can take that off, and then take that one off here. So add that in, and you're going to be able to do this with that little collection that Debbie was just showing you there. Then what we're going to do, now that we've got that started to go, do like my tent fold, as you know, that's a good basis for you to start to build on. So I'm going to take my die cut topper pads. We're just going to then take all these. Now I've already got a set already popped out, so I'm not going to pop these ones out and then just have them laying about. But these just held in with pips. So you're just going to carefully just pop and peel these away, and then you're going to take each individual layer out. So the way that it works, you start with your largest image, and then you get smaller, and then you can see with this last one, you get smaller again. Now you can use that as one topper on its own, and then that's a nice little individual topper that you can also use on its own. So you can absolutely stretch this out, or what you can come in with some of the other ones, do your own little fussy cutting, and then you can start to build the layers even more if you want to. But let's go in with that layer, and we're going to use our foam pads here. So I've got my foam. You can use your glue gel, as you know by now. Where you use your foam, you can use your glue gel, and vice versa. The benefit with the foam pad is it's an instant stick, so you can make it and send it straight away. What would I say, not the negative side, but the opposite side to that is that because it's negative, you need to be quite perfect in getting it straight on, because the adhesive, it will grab. The flip side, when it comes to the glue gel, you have to let that dry. So if you start to layer up, you do have to let that dry. But the positive side to that is you've got wiggle room. Because it's a wet adhesive, if you're not confident in getting it in the right place first time, you just keep moving it about until you get it in. So there's pros and cons for both your foam pads and your glue gel. But I always go with the foam pads, if you don't already know by now. So there's our second layer. So we're going to come along with our third layer. And with these as well, because these are an uncoated cardstock, or, you know, it's not quite a cardstock, it's a heavyweight paper. And because it's uncoated, you can come along with things such as your sparkle pens, you come along with your glossy highlights, anything like that you can come along with. Now there, I'm not quite square on. Now it's going to be a little bit harder for me to try and peel that off. It's not impossible, it's a little bit harder. Let's just go into there. If I used my glue gel, I could have just wiggled that back into position. Of course, I would have had to let that dry. So that's what I mean by there's the pros and cons for both glue gel and foam pads. So that's it back into place, and then we've got our little ghost here. He can go up into there, press into place, and there's my topper. Topper is already done now, all good to go. So I'm going to come along now. That's then going to go into the middle. So I'm going to use my tacky glue for this, just so that I don't see any of the adhesive that is then showing from the opposite side. So let's go in straight into the middle and then press. And then remember I was saying about that spider on that inner side, plus you've got some of the spider webs here. So from the cute character treat boxes, the Halloween one, going to go in with the spider web and the white funky foam. Now this is so detailed and delicate, but that cuts like a dream. Now not only does it cut like a dream, cuts like a dream with the Gemini Mini, and it cuts like a dream with one pass through. So if I just do the one pass through, what you'll see is if I take that one out, move that out the way, straight away, that has then come out. So all you're going to do now is you're going to come along and then pop these bits out. Now the back of mine is orange, the only being was, or the reason it's orange, is because I didn't want to waste. These are the little bits that I were colouring throughout the day, just to show you how you can colour your foam. So I don't want to waste them. So in case you're wondering why it's orange on the back, that is why, just so that I don't waste it. And then we're just going to come along and we're going to pop these out here. And even the way that they pop out is so easy. And I want to, so I've already done one of them. So I come along with my pokey tool, take my pokey tool, work my way along, and it's it's very, very therapeutic in my opinion. If you do it and try it, you'll know exactly what I mean. But when it comes to the cobwebs, you know, they're not even a millimetre thick, or, you know, maybe not even a quarter of a millimetre thick, but it's still die cuts. Die cuts perfectly, and not only that, it's so strong and sturdy. So let's take that one out into here, and then what we can then do is take all these bits, move them out the way, and then I'm going to come along and I'm going to tuck them underneath there, like so. What we're going to do is let's still use my tacky glue. And because it's the spider webs and I want that natural weave, I'm not going to pop my adhesive all the way around. I'm only going to pop my adhesive in the centre of the spider web. Let's hold that. Going to do the same in the second one. That one we're going to tuck just under there, so it's all framed within that 6x6 size. And then what we can then do is take a lovely little sentiment. I don't want the sentiment on the front. You can do. I don't want it. I'm going to have it so the sentiment is on the inside, so it's going to be covered by my topper. So you're not going to see it straight away. I'm going to move that down so we can see that spider just popping out from the top there. So you can't see the sentiment. Open it up. You've got Happy Halloween. That was from All Hallows Eve. But use that collection that Debbie was showing you, and incorporated the spider web. So that was the spider web from the Halloween cute character treat box, and that was the white funky foam that I used for the spider web.
Absolutely amazing. I love that. I was mesmerised. I was actually sat down having my coffee, watching at the same time there. But honestly, Craig, that is incredible. I think what we'll do is, if you don't mind, because you have made some mix, I think we'll do the demo of the show right now, so it gives Rachel time to do that, because we've got the day to do as well. Yeah. And we've only got like less than 15 minutes. So Craig, could you show us your mix, please?
Absolutely, rightio. So they're all, funny enough, feature funky foam. So we've got 3 to choose from here. So the first one we used our Christmas nesting dies, and we then used the funky foam. We've done a little bit of letterpressing and die cutting. So number 1. Number 2 was the treat character box, the Halloween. So we cut the character out in the funky foam. That background there, I die cut the funky foam and used it as a stamp for the background. So that's number 2. And then number 3, we used the Halloween paper craft 3-piece collection. Also added in the spider web from the treat box, and then we used the white funky foam, so that's number 3. So all together, you've got 3 to go for. 1, 2, or 3. It's entirely up to you. 1, 2, or 3.
I'm so glad I don't have to. I'm seriously, I'm so glad I don't have to choose, because I think they've all been amazing. So we're going to get that demo vote going right now. Give Rachel time to look on YouTube and count on Facebook as well. That's for the demo of the show. We'll do the demo of the day in a moment. But while we're talking about funky foam, because Craig has literally knocked it out of the park all through this launch, actually through the launch day as well as the launch party, is our brand new funky foam today for you, and you can get hold of each one of these colours for $1.99 or $3.95, and we'll put the details on the screen for you in a second. Thank you very much, Charlotte. So there you go, £1.59 or $3.16. You've got the choice of the 6 red, the 6 yellow, the 6 purple, the 6 blue, the 6 green, or the 6 pink. I'm so sorry, Charlotte. I'm just doing it because I know we've got loads of choices, and you can head over to the website. They're all the same, it's just a different colour. If you want to go over to Shop the Show, teeth back in there, Shop the Show, you'll find all of those colours individual there for you to choose. I know loads of you have been buying this, and the most of you are going for the whole colour section. You've seen some great demos from our fabulous Craig there. That's the single sheets, and I say the single sheets, there are 6 in each of the pack. We have 2 different colourways for you in terms of a 12 pack, and this time you've got the assorted colours. This is a 6 colours 12 sheet collection, so there's 2 of each of the colours, and you get in the red, the yellow, the purple, the blue, the pink and the green in this one alone for $3.99 or $5.95, and of course take off your Club Platinum price, it'll bring it down to $3.19 or $4.76. So that's your 12 sheet option with your assorted colours, and then you get the 12 sheets of the black and white, so that's 6 of each, again for the price of $3.99 or $5.95, and of course then once you've logged into your account, it will take off your club membership, so you'll know what your final price is. The lowest you'll pay is if you are a Club Platinum member, and you can see that price there in the purple box. Now Craig was using some fabulous dyes in that last collection, as well as the fabulous topper pad and the acetate, but I'm going to move on to the All Hallows Eve dye collection, and I'll show you these fabulous dyes that you can get hold of as well, which were recently launched. You've got the spooky pumpkins, that fabulous edgeable dye there, which have got the funniest faces. They make me chuckle every time I see them. They look like, get off me, you're squashing me, get off, because I absolutely love that one. This one I adore, the Happy Halloween sentiment. It is so good, and that one is coming in this collection for you. You've got the Trick or Treat, where that spider's web, and I did have a question, Craig, where someone said, does the foam go flimsy after die cutting the spider's web?
Not at all.
Not at all, no. And you've got all of the lovely ones on there. Don't forget, this weekend, Michelle is doing the craft along with All Hallows Eve, so it might be time to get yours now if you haven't already got them, and then tune into that craft along at the weekend. You've got the fabulous Spooktacular. You have to say it like that, don't you, Craig, when you see that. You've got the Wicked Witch. She's not wicked at all. She's so elegant, that witch, she really is. And then the Haunted House. All of that dye collection is coming to you today for the price of £34 or $45, with that Club Platinum price of $27.20 or $36. That's one option. We've got another option for you, and the other option is the fabulous decorative collection. So the decorative collection, slightly smaller in price, but equally impactful with the amount of things that you're getting in here. My favourite stamps of the Halloween ever. Boo to You. I absolutely love them. For me, my favourites is definitely the bunny, the mummy bunny, definitely the little witch there with a hat that's way too big for her, and of course that cheeky little mouse up at the top. So there's the Boo to You. Then you've also got the Fright Night, which is the masks and the stencils, so you can create 2 different looks, and of course those stamps to give your ghost's face, if that's what you want. I love him. He's chuckling his little head off. He's spooked you to death, and then he's laughing his little head off about it. Absolutely super cute. We have got 2 parts to this, but I've lost one of the boards, so I'll just quickly give you a description of it. It's the All Hallows Eve part, and you are actually getting the embossing folder with the stencil that fits over the top to do all the colouring part to it. So I know you can't really see it very clearly on the screen, but that's a 2-part collection there. You've got the pumpkin treat box in there as well, so you can make your pumpkin treat boxes. You've also got the embellishment pack, and it literally is all of your ribbons, and then the fabulous dewdrops along with those gorgeous Halloweeny coloured gemstones, all self-adhesive. So that's the decorative collection, £29 or $38. Lowest price you'll pay if you're in Club Platinum, of course, is $23.20 alongside $30.40. So you've got the two options there. Now, have we got a result in? Because we have got to get the demo of the day in as well. And I'm just going to have a little look because I'm pretty sure we've got a winner. Are you ready, Craig?
I am ready.
And do you know what? I'm loving this one because I love them all. I'm not going to lie, I love them all. The demo of the show is number 3.
Number 3, there we go.
Yay!
There we are, right at the very end there. Right, I'll bring this across to you, and
Right.
then we can then...
So, do you want to keep hold of it? Oh, you could. Oh,
I'll bring it across
bless
to
your
you.
little heart. So we're going to get demo of the day going now. Obviously, we focused on the main launch today, which of course was expansion pack 4, the yellow. Don't forget though, guys, we do have. Let's not make no mistake, we've still got the OG back in stock, the template library, which I swear is just where it all started. 30 recipe cards, 30 templates, the actual box to pop them in, or the storage box to put them in, $89.99 or $99, and the lowest price you'll pay there for Club Platinum is $71.99 or $79.20, with 50 bonus points included. There is a Showstopper option. Go and look over on the website. Right. Vote of the day. We'll start. Oh, God, I love this. Number 1. Fabulous one that Craig did using funky foam, using the fabulous template library, and the most unusual star-shaped card, which I absolutely love. Number 1. Or number 2, what you've just seen Craig make, using all of lots of different embellishments from the papers, the acetate, to the toppers, to the funky foam. So it's 1 or 2, you decide. It gives Rachel a few minutes to get those votes in on both YouTube and, of course, Facebook. A few comments we'll come to in a second. Actually, Craig, I've got a bit of a question. Is this okay to ask this, Dean? Can I ask Craig this question? Craig, would the spray and sparkle glitter varnish be okay on the foam, or would it potentially sink in or through it? Would look amazing on the spider's web, etc.
It would work really, really well, absolutely. No, so you'll get an element of it sinking in, but you're going to get that gorgeous sparkle that's going to sit over the top. So yeah, go for it.
Absolutely. And Catherine Wood on Facebook says, the more I see of this foam, the more I need it. Want it. Of course you do, Catherine. Of course you do. Craig's done some really brilliant ways of showing you how you can use it and how versatile it actually is as well. Stephanie Theodos on Facebook, Debbie, hubby just brought in the mail. Oh, my Halloween card! Oh, my Halloween card from you has just arrived. The one from your Facebook Live. Thank you so much. You're very welcome, Stephanie. Both myself and Craig do Facebook Lives. I was going to say regularly, but admit it, it's occasionally, just because of the way that things are working. We're going to chuck in one extra special deal for you, which is, of course, the die cutting and stamping essential kit. And I'm going to run through this really quick for you because we've got a vote to go in there and little thank you shout outs and some more information about tomorrow as well. So for your die cutting, we have got our fabulous die brush and foam pad. This is coming in the bundle for you. For your die cutting also, essential, your 3 dispensers with your low tack tape on there with a serrated edge. Of course you need pokey tools. We're not giving you 1, we're giving you 2 in this collection as well. We've thrown in this for your stamping element, the amazing ink pads. So we've got Oasis, we've got Pale Fig, we have, and that's in the opaque pigments, and then in the quick dry we've got Green Topaz and Damson Wine coming in this bundle. And then to top it all, we're popping in there for you 36 sheets of the fabulous metallics, the precious metallic lovely Centura Pearl with that gorgeous shine on there. All of that is coming to you today, or you can take that choice of £30 or $40 along with the lowest price that you're seeing on the screen in the purple box if you are a Club Platinum member. Right, we've got the voting. Oh, Craig, which do you think it was? Do you think it was number 1 or number 2?
Number 2.
You think number 2? You're absolutely right. Number 2 has just nudged it in the lead there. So that, of course, will go into demo of the week. It is incredible. I love what you've done. Craig, I just have to say the biggest thank you, young man, because seriously, what you've done today, none of you understand. He stood in last minute. He's had to change things all day because of the sellouts that we've been having. I can truly say, Craig, and on my heart, you've been an absolutely blooming superstar, and everyone's loved what you've done, including myself, because I think I probably would have had my knees knocking at that side today. You've been amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I
When
appreciate
are you
that.
back?
Well, first of all, I need a good partner in crime to carry me when it comes to elements like that. Because there was a few times throughout the day I'm like, anyway, we got there in the end, support of the team. So I'm back on QVC UK Extra tomorrow with Ben. That's the only show I've got tomorrow. Then I'm back all day Thursday. I'm back all day Friday as well.
Yes.
So yes, got
So
a couple of days.
a busy
with me
boy
this week.
all week, and
Yes.
seriously, tomorrow, after that QVC Extra, I want you to go home and rest. Because he's been absolutely stellar. Seriously, he does need to wear a cape, and he's got crafter's companion blood running through him, as we all do. But thank you very much. Big shout out to Dean, producer Dean. Big shout out to gorgeous Charlotte, who's been in control of all those fabulous close-up shots and everything else. Big shout out to Jake. Jake, wherever you are, thank you, because again, he's disappeared. God love that boy. We have got, oh, sorry Rachel. Big shout out to our lovely Rachel, who's been standing in for our Susie T, who's on holiday at the moment and been doing extras as well. We really do appreciate what you do. Keeping all those comments coming in is not an easy job across both Facebook and YouTube, and dealing with all the questions as well. So we truly appreciate you as well. Right, I am off now until Saturday, nearly said Friday. I'm going home. I'm heading down south today, and I'm going on because I am going to be looking forward to, I can't wait, a weekend of Michelle and Jan. I'm so excited.
Brilliant.
So I'm going to be on the presenting side whilst I get to work with Michelle and Jan. So I'm really looking forward to that. And we've got craft alongs galore. So thank you very much. Make sure you tune in tomorrow at 11 a.m. where I believe it's Leanne and Sheena.
That'll be a good one.
And I think that's going to be an absolutely brilliant day. So please do make sure you tune in 11 a.m. in the UK, 6 a.m. Pacific time, or 3 a.m. Eastern time. We'll see you all very soon. Mwah. Thank you for today.
Toodles.